Right, good evening everyone. I'm reshooting the MT5 Plus video, partially because it took a little long, partially because I left something kind of important. I forgot to do a close-up of the sliders all lined up inside the core with the key in, but most importantly, I got some sweet new tools straight from Germany, and these are gonna just do a much better job of opening this. So going over the whole process again, this has got 5 telescoping pins, an interactive element, and a sidebar with 5 sliders. The interactive element, the binding, or the alpha pin is usually first in the binding order. And there she was, gave a nice little click. I'm gonna be using some sweet new Multipick flags for this, and oh, it makes a difference. So I'm just clicking a little ways through the milling now. Getting into a deep false set right there where I'm caught on the sidebar. Just want to make sure everything in the main stack's where it needs to be. And now, hopefully, setting this sidebar goes quick and easy. Second one end up a little too far. One more click. That was not supposed to happen. My practice today, the sidebar was going real well. Just gate test that. I think that's where it needs to be now. Let me just check the main pins once real quick. Now let's get the other slider. There we go. And see, that's clean. That's how this is supposed to be done. Not all that struggling. So the sidebar gave way. We're in that real deep false set, and I just gotta, there we go. We are open. 3 minutes and 53 seconds. That's more like it. Let's get her gutted with a little bit better detail. And yeah, this video is gonna be better than the last one. I shouldn't have even uploaded the last one, but whatever, I was happy to finally get it on video. I'm gonna lock it up here. Put it in the pinning tray. Move the device out of the way. And let's get this gutted, hopefully a little bit more elegantly than last time. My hands were shaking. It was the first time I'd got it on camera. You know, that's always exciting. But now it's familiar, I guess. And man, how about these Multipick flags? There's a reason everyone says they're the best. It's because they are. All right. So there's a ball bearing in here. It's a drill protection. It's just going to drop out towards the front here. And I will have my finger on the sidebar. There goes the ball bearing. And I'm holding the sidebar in. See if you can see that. There it is. And this is the part I'm gonna do that I didn't last time before. Well, let's take the key pins out first. Let's find my tweezers. There they are. Sidebar springs. I want to get those out now on my own terms, not on theirs. And real quick, I don't know if you can see that. There's all of the sliders with the true gates lined up. I forgot to get that shot in the last video, and then we'll get a little better look at the sliders in a bit. There's a counter milling in this core, and in my last video I said I didn't really feel like it was doing all that much, but I've been really like paying attention for it, and now it's a little more obvious what it does. You get a couple different clicks when you're setting the inner pins. It's nothing really dramatic, but it's something. And I'm going to show that counter milling here in just a second. I'm going to take out the sliders. And then the driver pins. Separate those. And this last one here is that alpha pin, the interactive element. There we go. Let's see about getting one last look at the sliders and try to zoom in a little more. I think you can see those pretty good. And now while we're at it, let's look at the counter milling in the core. And I pick clockwise, so that means the inner drivers were up against this counter milling here. And I said before, it doesn't do much, but it does a little something. There it is on the other side, just for the sake of completion. And finally, on the core, let's take out the sliders. There's a lot of stuff in this core. Four, 3, 2, 1. Set that aside. All right, now for these sliders, I'm gonna pick one up and kind of show some close-ups of it. This little this little peg here on the top here, that's the part that interacts with the key. It goes into these little grooves on the key here. It's kind of hard to with the tweezers, but the sliders go along that groove, And let's see if I can get a good look at the gates on it. I think you can see that there's on each one, 2, 3, 5 false gates and 1 true gate. And when the sliders move into the right direction, into the right location, this little, that it really holds in good. Here's the little notch on the sidebar that goes into the gates on the slider. So, there's that. Let's get the driver pins out and get a close-up. I'm glad I reshot this, because, man, this time on the last video, I was barely done picking. If I was even done picking at that point. I don't know. What can I say? Sometimes I put, you know, rough drafts of things out into the world, and this was one such time. Glad I didn't, like, post that one on Reddit or something, and I just uploaded it. Chatted with the homie Nightmare in the comments. Always shout out to him. Helped me a lot. Kind of followed his lead up to this point. I think that's my first ever shout out that I've ever given in one of these videos, so that's cool, I guess. Whoa. That happens sometimes. This bar mat's awesome, isn't it? Catches everything. And there's some cool, like, pinning mats, but this one's a little bigger. And it really catches everything. And there is the last driver pin, and let's get out this last spring. And all right, much better than the video I shot last night. The Multi-Lock MT5 Plus. Let's get our close-up. This is the final boss of pins here. Black Belt 1. Multi-Lock's flagship, tons of drill protection in it, and a really fun pick. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's a good 7 minutes shorter than the last one. When the time comes to submit a black belt, when that time comes. Hopefully this one's all good. Anyway, everyone have a great night. Take care.